does.
Good morning.
The countdown worked this time.
Very good.
I know. Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
I'm feeling a little frantic personally. I just arriving at the last second here. So anyway, we are here on this Monday to talk about any news that happened since the last time we talked, as well as the week ahead, like what's happening at Disney World this week. And if anybody has any comments or questions, then if you submit them, we can get to those as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of news do we have, Heather?
Well, holiday weekend means pretty slow news week, or news since we were last together on Thursday. So just a few things happening. The first is that at the end of last week, Disney announced is a bold word. Disney gave us a teaser on what the VI Passholder summer days were going to be for this year. And of course, new Passholder merchandise, food and beverage items, special discounts, and the ever popular magnet. So we don't have many more details than that. But last year and in previous years, they had that. You remember that lounge at Epcot? So hoping to hear more about that because that comes in very handy during the summertime.
That was the one back in Morocco?
Yes.
They keep using it for different things, and we love it every time.
Yes. Very frequently as a lounge for different requirements to enter it. But so that, and then last year they also had some like 40% off dining at a few locations. And it wasn't everywhere, but it was enough places where I personally, when I was there on a trip, used it. It made it easy to opt to dine someplace maybe I wouldn't have, because 40% off is a pretty good chunk.
It's a good chunk. I remember a few of those being Disney Springs restaurants.
Yeah. So we know that it's coming. We just don't know when or when we'll get the details.
Okay. Wait. Sorry. I was trying to play That's What She Said, but it's too late. Go ahead.
Oh, that would have been perfect. What was I thinking? It's Monday. My brain is slow this morning. I need to be more careful with my words. Next thing is over the weekend, Disney put out this adorable freaking Easter video with these real bunnies riding these handcrafted miniature attractions. And it's so cute. Look at that.
No, it's super cute. They have really elevated their social media game.
The little
and these bunnies were from a rescue, so they got to promote a rescue organization as well.
Look, I just mean,
yes, I want this for every holiday. Yeah. Keep this little world that you've created, and then let puppies come out, like whatever you need to do.
Yeah, kittens.
Yeah,
puppies, bunnies.
It's just the cutest. So
adorable.
Love the concept.
Love it, love it. So that came out over the weekend, and then something that came out, I think maybe it was on Friday, was a new episode of Disney Unscripted. And this time they took a look behind what all goes into a Run Disney event, which I found very interesting. I think it's about like 30 minutes long. It's not too long, but they show you kind of the stuff leading up to it.
Where pixie dust meets pavement, dreams dash to life.
Some of the prep work, how they test out and double check the course. So very cool.
Yes, and this is what we want. We want behind the scenes. Those of us that are seeking out this kind of content, this is what we want. We want depth.
Yes, give us all the things of how it happens, not just when it happens.
Yeah, because we already know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this behind the scenes stuff, awesome.
Yes, very cool. So if you are a fan of that kind of stuff or you're a Run Disney fan, I would highly recommend it. I thought it was interesting. And last big chunk of news is that it appears the bus restrictions at Disney Springs are now over. So we need some applause for that. Thank you. I was waiting for it. The long national nightmare of however many days that was is over.
Yes. Can I add one thing to the news, which is that there were park hours updates?
Oh, yes.
I would like to add it because we have been tracking it. Like we get alerts when the park hours change, and then we post them so that people can know, like, hey, your trip's in a couple of weeks, but the park's actually open later. And so I just wanted to share some of those updates with you in case you are going. April 19th through the 25th is the latest batch of hours. So I'm trying to pull it up here because the best place for me to show you is a Facebook post where it is written out at length. So the hours are basically parades were added, which is great because I know that the parades are often either not there or they'll show one and now there's two. And I'm going to scroll down to the recap because it's easier. New parade, not nightly throughout this time period. And then there's a second parade occasionally. And then Hollywood Studios is open later. Plus, they added another Phantasmic. And then Animal Kingdom is staying open until 7 or 8 during this time, which is nice because you might get to see it slightly dark. Sunset, I think, is just before 8 o'clock. So it'll be close. But just something to keep an eye on. We always suggest that you check your hours before your trip because just because you checked it 6 months beforehand doesn't mean it's going to be the same. Just keep tabs because they do change things.
They do. And kind of aligning with that, when we take a look at this week at Disney World, starting today, I believe, the Festival of Fantasy Parade drops from 2 times a day back down to 1 time a day. That's kind of indicative of the busy Easter and spring break crowds easing up, which is expected for right after Easter. Another thing that officially happens this week is Buzz is supposed to officially open on the 8th. Of course, he has been in soft openings for about a week now, at least, I think. So his official opening, though, is on Wednesday. So look for that.
Which means you can get a lightning lane.
Yes, you should be able to get lightning lanes for him starting then. And then finally, like I said, the crowd should ease up for a bit. You have about, 10 days, 9 days before Springtime Surprise, the Run Disney event takes place. So not a bad time to be visiting right now.
Yeah, it's kind of a pocket in between all the other busy times. I normally do share the crowd calendar when we are talking about the week ahead so that we can just kind of get a sense for the crowds. Heather already said it with words, but we're gonna show it in colors as well. So today is the 6th, so we know that right after Easter, a lot of people are still lingering, and then it starts to cool off.
Yeah.
Like crowd wise, not temperature wise.
No. But definitely good indicators that Disney also thinks that we're on the downhill side by eliminating the Disney Springs bus restrictions, decreasing the parade down to 1 time per day. So look for all of that.
Those are all, you've heard of recession indicators?
Yes.
These are crowd indicators.
Very good crowd indicators.
Disney gives us hints.
Yeah. And we've been getting lots of questions about 2027 crowd calendar. I can say we are neck deep in that, waiting on just a little bit more information from Disney, like single day ticket prices would be very nice to have in order to finalize that. But we hope to have that out no later than by the end of the month, but hopefully sooner.
That would be nice, but I know it's a lot of work, so we'll see about that. We also do have a park picker tool that is about to be unleashed to the public.
Yes, that makes me nervous to say out loud, but yeah, it is in full testing right now. Gotten some great feedback on that, already making some tweaks based on what people are saying. But I think overall, we've had some really positive responses.
We also would like to do park planning with people on YouTube for YouTube Live. Like while we go live, we would like to sit with somebody. So we would have a third guest and we can chat through their plans. And our hope is that we can not only help that person, but anybody who is watching can kind of follow along and maybe pick some things up for their trip as well. So if you're interested in doing that, please email info@wdwprepschool.com. Is there anything else that we
I
need to talk about?
I don't think so. Like I said, it was a pretty slow weekend and kind of a slow week coming up.
Yeah, it was for sure. Tomorrow is Q&A on Instagram. So if you want to submit a question there, feel free. And I will answer some there and the rest, most of them on Wednesday with Heather. We would just have the one comment today, more behind the scenes and parks content, Keith says. So
Agreed.
I totally agree. That's what we want.
Yeah.
I really like when they would do the videos of them transforming from Halloween to Christmas at Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
because it's an amazing logistical feat to do that. But I feel like they haven't been doing that for a while. So more of that.
Yeah, and the one that they did have too, what I liked best was showing the warehouses where they kept like all of the decorations. That to me was fantastic. But I think the one that's currently out is, like you said, several years old now. I want a new one. They did give us that behind the scenes look of Flower and Garden, which was good. So maybe maybe they are in their behind the scenes era right now.
BTS. They're going to put that in the subject. And it's
Get a whole new crowd.
It's going to get a whole new crowd that's not here for behind the scenes Disney content. Speaking of this person's name is K-pop. K-pop events Halifax. Do you think we're getting Halloween party info this month or next? We think mid-May. We think mid-May, and that is because the last several years it has most often been released in mid-May.
Yeah, we wouldn't be sad if Disney proved us wrong, but I think mid-May is the better gamble if you were betting.
Exactly. All right. Short but sweet today.
Kind of like me.
It's called balance. It'll make up for itself when we're here Wednesday for a while.
True.
So, okay. Well, thanks for joining. We'll be back